Hey guys, this is kind of a special episode, and it's going to be filmed in a couple parts. Um, but if most of you guys know me from Outsider Skylines, and I'm sure you know of Brandon Mergdahl, and he is kind of our fearless leader. Brandon started up the Outsider Skylines group. I want to think probably pretty close to about 4 or 5 years ago now. Back when he started this group, there wasn't a lot of resources or groups anywhere on Facebook for outsiders, the non-GTR guys. So sometimes the non-GTR guys can get kind of like a stigma, and I'm sure that the GTR guys also get a stigma as well, but he wanted there to be a place where the non-GTR guys could kind of go in and have a discussion and try to get questions answered without the backlash or potential backlash that one might receive from people who think that the GTSTs and non-GTR models are kind of inferior, rather. So anyways, he's a great guy. He got us all together. The group is, I think, approaching like 5,000 members now or something. We have people from all around the world. And in my experience, it's probably one of the best groups for Skylines on Facebook right now. Definitely one of the more fun groups to be a part of, and a lot more of an accepting group. Anyways, Brandon and I recently started a venture up with Outsider Garage. So we have some really incredible things coming down the line that I am personally kind of bursting at the seams excited about, and I cannot wait to unleash this news on the world. But we're being patient and we're waiting for things to get to completion. But when it comes, I think it's going to blow a lot of people's minds on a global scale. That being said, we also have some other things in the works, and Brandon and I have been working tirelessly trying to make contacts and develop the business. And I thought this would be kind of an interesting time as an opportunity popped up recently. And again, if you're in Outsider Skylines, maybe you saw this opportunity or not. But you all know that Brandon has an RB20 in his car. His car was also down probably for the world record amount of time that anybody's ever had a car down for. And during that time, every time I asked him, like year by year, he would tell me that the only thing he had left was to wire up the fuel injectors or something. But somehow it took him like 3 years to do that. Regardless, Brandon finally got that thing finished up, and he got it tuned. I think he made somewhere around like 340 something odd horsepower, which is exceptional for the RB20. Stock bottom end, stock head and everything. Sounds great. But one of the things that Brandon is like super excited and loves is the old school RB20 stuff, especially like the fin valve covers. And he also loves like the GTSR manifold, you know. And he's always been talking about these things, and he always wanted some. Recently, he actually was able to acquire a number of sets of the fin valve covers for a pretty good deal. So that's fantastic. But recently, I think a couple weeks back, somebody posted an R31 house remake of the GTSR manifold on our group, and it was really affordably priced considering what they sell for new. And I spoke with this gentleman, and he actually says that he was speaking with Brandon too. And I started chatting with Brandon about it, and Brandon said, you know, he was super excited, and the guy actually offered him an even better deal. And it just seemed like too good of an opportunity to pass up. I know Brandon was a little bit short on funds at the time to make this thing happen, so I said, what the hell, you know, I'm gonna scoop this thing up, and we'll kind of make it like a surprise gift for Brandon, because he's been doing a lot of work, and we've got so many things, exciting things happening. I wanted to kind of give him a trophy piece that he could put inside of his car. You know, his car is also one of the Outsider Garage cars, and it's kind of a showpiece for us as well. And right now, like I told you before, like the RB20 that he's got is running great. But the one little thing about it is he's got this kind of not so great exhaust manifold on there that keeps it in the stock location, but it's a tubular manifold. They're not really known to last that long, and he knows that. And also, it's got a terrible exhaust leak. So when he's on boost, this thing literally screams like a moose in heat. It's hilarious. So I'm hoping that we're going to get him this manifold, and he's going to install this thing, and then he can have this badass hot side in this car. And hopefully we can do it with minimal work, and I'll help with my fabricator guy and stuff to try to hook him up with a, you know, get the downpipe and the intercooler piping in place and stuff. But this should make that RB20 scream and sound so fantastic. So anyways, let me show you guys this manifold real quick. Now, Brandon absolutely has no idea about this. I'm probably going to try to see him in the next week or two and kind of surprise him with it. So it just showed up today. So here she is. Beautiful. This is the twin scroll. It looks like a T4 flange. I'm hoping to God that this works with the turbo that he's got. So we'll just have to see about that. Flange looks good. Just a nice, beautiful looking piece. Everything equal length. A twin scroll, as I said. This thing is going to look beautiful. And if you can imagine, you guys have seen this before on other cars, but it basically sits like this up against the engine. So you have all your runners coming right out in this beautiful formation, right? And then accumulating down here in your collector. The turbo kind of sits below that. So I think this manifold combined with some of those finned valve covers that he's got is gonna kind of make this engine bay really, really unique and sound awesome. And I cannot wait to see his reaction to this. It's gonna be fantastic. So anyways, I'll pick this up again when I go see him, and I think I'm going to trick him into thinking that we're going to be doing like a coil pack bracket installation on his car, and this will just kind of pop up magically, and we'll see how she goes. No Zilla and Outsider Garage here, visiting Brandon Murdahl in his natural habitat.
Working.
Doing some Skyline related things today. Come over here to this surprise. Brandon friggin' got my car with some original artwork done. And now what are you doing? You're cutting?
Yeah, so I gotta set up the cutter to contour cut everything out.
That's badass, man. Brandon's got all sorts of hardware over here for Outsider vinyl. Stuff for t-shirts.
Crap out.
Cutting tables.
And also a whole bunch of crap everywhere.
Yeah, well, it's all good. It's to be expected, you know.
It's the basement.
It's the basement, man,
shop.
you know?
Basement shop. That's how the basement's set up. It's where it all began. Just wait a couple years, see where it's at.
Yep. And then we got some special goodies over here. Brandon has been hoarding the early RB20 thin valve covers. So you got a beautiful set here in black, and it's got, what is that, 16 Ann-Orb fittings on there?
I think so. I believe that's what they are.
Yeah, 16 Ann-Orb fittings welded in.
Yeah, those ones I believe are sold, so hopefully that's the set that he's going to take.
Oh, these are the set for Derek?
Yeah, for Activity Zudo.
That's going to be a nasty build, man. More fin valve covers. These ones have the original breathers and coil pack harness.
Yeah, it's just a crappy paint job.
Connectors there, and then we have an actual centerpiece.
That was the hardest one to find. Out of everything there, because that piece, that was the hardest thing to find.
So pretty much complete set. That's cool, man.
These are some that I just got. This one I did, and GTST I did. I have a few others later on. Slightly more.
So what do you got under this hood, man?
And them there RB62.8. That's the other project.
It's a nice looking engine bay, man. Lots of nice Tomei bits in there.
Yeah, that's it all in there. This is what I do for a shop light. This is how I've been working on my car.
Nice, there we go. And then there was light.
I feel real. Look at this shit.
Yeah, it happens, man.
Well,
that metal is tough.
I didn't prep it right at all. And it's some gay sparkly paint from fucking AutoZone.
30-year-old Japanese metal.
Some terrible sparkly paint from AutoZone.
Yeah, it would be nice to get rid of this thing, huh?
Eventually, that's the plan.
Yeah, I forgot how ugly these things were. They're all like the coolant nipples and stuff on there.
Yeah, well, yeah, and I put the vacuum hose on there just to cover them up.
Yeah, and you got all the, that's right, you have the two-part TPS.
And this thing's not even going to stick out much either. So hopefully if I just got to cut it and redo the end, but maybe we'll see. It's going to be nice to clean all that up, get rid of that cable.
Get rid of both of these guys here, you know, get rid of this whole cable assembly.
See, like, I'm thinking that I'm going to run the cable into this and follow it and then go through and then do all the wiring to ECU inside. You know what I mean? That's why I was saying if we put a connector here, you know, on the firewall, so it just connects to the inside and outside, then I won't have to worry about that, you know?
Yeah, sorry, I'm just keep hitting my head on your hood. So this is neat. You got your fuel pressure regulator tucked down over here. That's kind of a cool spot.
Before we left for the dyno, this had a 90 on it, the gauge faced up.
Oh, okay.
And it started leaking. It didn't leak the first time I primed it. The second time I primed it, nothing. Brought it outside, washed the car, started trying to prime it again just to look, and it started pissing out fuel right there.
Damn, dude. So here's the Moose manifold over here. So Brandon has got a kind of a unique sound his car makes. You know, a lot of guys get pretty happy with the sound of their blow-off valve. So down in here, is it right here, Brandon? Right here?
Yes.
So in here,
I think it's the whole. Honestly, I think it's the whole flange. I don't even think it's just one part of it.
So the sealing surface of the flange between the exhaust manifold and the turbo housing, there's a hole from an uneven surface, and it literally sounds like a moose in heat, just screaming at the top of its lungs. Or what does Steve call it? Damn. It is nice. It's kind of gotten a bit of a color, a nice color to it now, though. You know, like a golden color.
I'm pretty sure the other admin of Outsiders, I don't think he ever used it. I think he put it on and it didn't fit, like the turbo hit or something like that. That's why I bought it.
And
okay, $100.
This spark cover is from
Jordan. Yes.
From Jordan Guest, right?
Yes.
That came out nice. It's good.
Yeah, I wanted something custom made, and he was the one making them back in the beginning of it.
And then we got the Chase Bays delete back here. No brake booster for Brandon. And he's even got the shared reservoir for his clutch master.
I love that setup. I absolutely love that setup.
Look at this little gem here. The Greddy temperature sensor housing, the radiator hose. Running a Greddy oil filter too. What baller, dude! Holy shit!
Yeah, buddy. We're gonna have to do an oil change next.
Very nice, man. Got the duct work. Look at this thing. Literally pointing right at the filter here.
This, I am going to change this quite a bit. So this is going to be our next project for us.
Yep.
That'll be coming out. I'm going to make it wider. Make it wider. Make it hit the entrance wider. So covers that whole hole. I think that'll look a lot better.
Good deal, man.
Don't mind the mirror wings being on backwards. I love that I put them on backwards. Dumbass. Do you want to?
We got decent lighting here. Look at this thing,
Oh
man.
my God.
Wow.
I know the colors.
This thing is like
are amazing.
literally like paper thin, weighs absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Perfect mold, perfect weave,
I know. I cut that spare bumper up.
color infused. That's Shelby Daniel, guys. You're not gonna find quality or workmanship better than this. Wow.
It really doesn't. It does not get better at all.
Amazing.
Solid.
So we got a nice little. And these coils, I mean, these are kind of like going to be our test rig coils, so we can figure out how they work out, you know?
Yeah, right.
So there is the version 1 of the Outsider garage. Wheel pack bracket, we got to get these back in. The front two are tight enough, they're good. So we're going to pop those coils in, and then we will that's a serious ignition system we got there, Brandon.
Solid.
Yeah, I mean, it's a nice looking kit, man. Those freaking R35s look real nice. Shit, you know, it's... Look at the height. I mean, the height is so close. I mean, really close.
Yeah, let's put the factory one back in.
I can tell it's not going to fit, but it's really close.
Yeah.
Just a hair, right?
Ground on there too.
Yeah, just a hair, man.
And this is actually, well, this is also not the same as bump.
Yeah, see, if the bump wasn't there, you know.
Well, the other one's not. Where'd you put it?
Well, the other one is right here. The other one is flush, though, across. So, I mean, we could try it.
But if you could spacer it, maybe.
Probably also don't want it, like, sitting right against them either, you know.
I'd have to take the igniter off.
You could definitely spacer it.
See, and it drops down because of that.
Yeah, see, it's just a hair high.
Maybe not even a quarter inch.
But imagine if like there was like a little bump out and across, you know. This is all, I mean, if you find out that it's worthwhile to actually, you know, retain the OEM Nissan stocks, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks, the R35 coils look nice just popping out by themselves though, you know.
Yeah, especially with the bracket, and if you get those anodized, right?
You can get it, yeah, we can get them anodized whatever color you want.
Lose my color, son. Lose my color.
So, let's put this back here.
Lose my color.
I got you the fancy dancy wiring specialties. This guy right here.
Yeah, see, I took it back under, and then took this back under and everything. So yeah, it just goes back down behind. I'd probably go down first and, you know, wire it all and put it back down underneath.
Yeah, just tuck it in. You want to see if she starts? Yeah. We clear of everything? We just got the valve cover breather, right?
Yeah. And I can just...
That ain't gonna hurt anything.
Stick it back on. My stupid little catch can.
Have you actually checked it to see what's in there yet?
So, when I first bought it, I never opened it. And then I put it on the car, did everything, did all that, fired it up. We drove around, we went to the meet.
Yep.
I get back, I'm like, oh, let me check it, see what's in there. I open it up, and there's a baggie with fittings in it.
That's awesome.
Now it's just like, oh, that's how you're supposed to do it if you don't buy the AM fittings.
Yep.
Oh,
Now it all makes
I had to
sense.
buy the fittings separate. No, they're in there. I just didn't open it.
Were they oily?
A little bit.
Yeah, it's alright.
No, it wasn't bad. There really wasn't anything in there, so it was pretty good. No, we still gotta do, when I do those fin covers, we gotta do splash plates.
Hell yeah, man. Alright, this is something that I think a lot of people on the page have probably never seen or experienced. This is actually going to be Brandon Mergdahl's cars starting up in the garage. Alright, so I guess
With the AEM, I guess it's,
I'm sure you're probably gonna have to adjust it.
yeah, the well said he's got it adjusted. He's having a brother. He's retired now.
Locked on it. Alright. Well, cool. Alright, so now we know we're actually not too far off as far as height goes. At least for the RB26 cover, I'm sorry, the 26 should be like a little bit, have a little more clearance, I think. Is it Pup?
Right?
Pup, you like the car?
Daddy
Yeah.
boom, boom!
Pup, you like the car? Boost stock stuff in there.
Oh, okay.
You can pull it out and show some of the guys.
What the hell is this?
What the fuck is that?
What did you do?
What is that thing?
You bring the
Holy
box
crap.
in here, you're like, dude,
Oh wait, this is the wrong box. This isn't the boost stock stuff. I'll put that back.
What the hell did you do?
Dude, it was too good of a deal to pass up, man. I know you wanted this thing, so
You're insane. You're insane.
it was way too good of a deal to pass up.
Holy shit.
And after all the
You want me to open the door? I'm too in shock right now. I don't know what to do.
dude, after all like the moose calls you've been making with that thing, I figure it's about time that we upgraded this thing. This is gonna be an OG car.
Whatever that thing does. What?
So that looks like a T4, actually. So I was curious if that's gonna work with your manifold, you know?
No, it should be T3.
That looks like T4 to me. T4 is very rectangular. T3 is much more square, you know? So unfortunately, I mean, you can get adapters and stuff, but
yeah, that's kind of weird because it's supposed to be for OEM, right?
it might require some working to make that work, you know. But I think all in all, if you're going to design like a setup around a manifold, that's the way to go, you know.
Dude, that's you're nuts, man. Ridiculous. Wow.
It's a beautiful piece, dude.
I know. I've been watching them and stuff, and especially the GTSR ones, which. You know, it's hard to tell which one exactly this is. What? Oh, you got out the back door? She went out the back door. It is, huh? Are you gonna hug me?
Aw, that's lovely. Here comes the doggy in for some love, too.
Yes. Kisses! Kisses! This is amazing.